Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today are items that we have in our homes uh, that will be attractive to looters, really, immediately after caca hits the fan. So I want to talk about those because of the state of crises that our country is under. I don't know if you guys heard, but did you know that the Florida Highway Patrol is now down at the southern border? It is. And they're having a lot of success with just placing those FHP officers there. So I want to talk about when a caca hit the fan event takes place. Okay, because I think this is very, very important because we never know what kind of event we are going to be facing. And those who are not prepared will be forced to maraud, to loot others, to survive. And we don't want to be a part of that, right? So, people who have been prepared, people like you, like me, like everyone in this community, we've been prepared for such an event, should already have extensive food, water supplies, and water supplies, and supplies in general, fuel, off-grid systems. Additionally, self-defense that includes arms. Okay, so there are certain items that will grab the attention of these looters. So please hide these items the best way that you can. Food stores are going to be in high demand when caca hits the fan. And people who are not prepared, they're not going to be able to go to the grocery store and buy food anymore. No. And these individuals, no matter how nice they may seem, they're going to do anything that they have to so that they can feed themselves and their families. So most people of the prepared mind already hide their food storage, right? No one outside the family should even know that they even have it. Unless, of course, you have to have contractors come in the house, and then it's kind of like, all right, similar to my situation, right? But having a hidden room that is dedicated to storing your food, whether it's dried food, canned food, water, basic supplies, is the bare minimum. Anyone who does not have a basic necessity should find somewhere in their home or even in a bug out location, if that's your plan, to hide your food and supplies. Now, when it comes to us and the way that we think, we realize that long term food storage, no matter how vast they are not going to last forever, especially in a grid down, long term catastrophic situation. So, to become completely independent, food production is required. Raising chickens and hogs, cows, cattle, whatever livestock. It's one way to ensure a consistent food supply. Now, I realize not a lot of us can do that because either we live in an HOA or deed restricted, kind of like me. I can't even have a chicken coop that is seen by my neighbors or by the street. And I'm limited to having 4 chickens, no roosters. So, in a caca hit the fan situation, looters are going to be looking to steal anything that they can get, especially food. Okay, so while it may not be easy to hide our livestock, they need to be protected to ensure that starving looters will not get to them. So, in a caca situation, okay, people who have not prepared will be in a panic. Desperate times, desperate measures, desperate people, okay? And they will look for any way to get out of the city when no resources are left. So, individuals who don't have a vehicle, right, or don't have sufficient fuel in their car will be quick, boom, to steal cars and trucks so they can get their where they want to be, away from the city. So keeping your cars locked up, or maybe even in a garage or another secure location, will likely be sufficient. As looters, they'll be looking to steal the most accessible vehicles and fuel Fuel is going to be in such high demand when caca hits the fan. Gas stations will run completely dry within days, if not hours. And most people don't store fuel. So hiding fuel storage is as simple as leaving containers with fuel locked in the garage or locked up in a bug out location or maybe even in your shed that's in the backyard. But ideally, opt for like diesel vehicles, diesel generators, as diesel fuel is best for long-term storage, while pure gas goes bad within 6 months. Gas mixed with ethanol, bad within 3 months. Unless you get a fuel stabilizer. Then you're good for about 1 to 3 years. But if storing gas, like I said, lock it up, put that fuel stabilizer in, and you're good to go. So people who are somewhat prepared with their food storage, but you don't have, say, electricity, you're going to be looking to steal generators, man. The problem with generators is that they're typically located outside. Why? Because they're noisy when they're operating. This makes them an easy target for looters. So they should be secured at the very least. And plus, even trying to pick up a generator, ooh, are those things heavy. But placing metal fencing around an outdoor generator may deter some thieves from stealing it. But it's far better if it's completely out of sight, out of mind. A generator can be stored in the garage or the shed if the exhaust exits at like an outdoor location. Right on? But the exhaust fumes will still draw unwanted attention. Solar panels, or more specifically, solar systems, will be in high demand when the grid goes down, unless, of course, you have like a whole house generator, solar generator, stuff like that, and that just can't be stolen. But the problem with solar panels is that they're very difficult to hide. Potential looters, they're going to be drawn to them. See them either in your backyard or on your roof. They'll get them. Trust me. Now, many looters will assume that if one has solar panels, they also have other supplies that are necessary for an SHTF scenario. If solar panels can be hidden in a bug out location that is far from civilization or on a structure that doesn't face traffic, they may not draw unwanted attention. But arms are going to be high on the list to steal. In a complete collapse situation, people who have weapons have the potential to defend themselves, while those without arms will be at the mercy of others. So in a caca situation, there's no mercy, no secure. Hide your arms from prying eyes to avoid becoming a target. Now, cash will initially hold its value in a caca situation, but will become completely irrelevant long term. Precious metals now, like gold and silver, are going to be one way to facilitate barter. Precious metals are going to be attractive to looters, but for the most part, gold and silver, they're very easy to hide. They're coins, for crying out loud. You can hide that. But furthermore, most people that own precious metals already have them hidden away anyway. I know I sure do. Now, the next thing is spirits. The kind you drink. It's going to be high demand, especially for people who are addicted to it and they don't have access to it anymore. So hiding your spirits with food and supplies in a hidden room is a good chance to avoid becoming a target for thieves. But all basic supplies are going to be high up on the list of things to steal when society completely collapses. Look at Haiti, for crying out loud. Okay? Something as basic and simple as toilet paper will have a higher value than gold if it's widely unavailable. Remember 2020? Now, first aid supplies, hygiene supplies, and any other supplies that we now take for granted should be stored in a hidden location so potential looters don't come hunting for these necessities. And basic hand tools, will become extremely valuable when electricity is sparse and construction becomes a necessity for a long-term SHTF scenario. So, storing an extra set of tools in a hidden room along with your other supplies is a good way to ensure that they will still be there when needed. As society breaks down before our very eyes, because it's happening, The probability of reaching an SHTF scenario increases by the day. And it's scary to even think about that we would even see something like this in our own lifetimes. The good news is that we still have time to prepare, so we must make the most of it. Securing all of our supplies now in a hidden location away from the eyes of looters, in conjunction with possessing adequate self-defense, is the key to surviving the upcoming societal collapse. I hope you guys are ready. Because I know here in the state of Florida, we are literally just waiting for impact. We're waiting because we know what's coming, because they can't stop them all. All right, guys, I'm out of here, okay? I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless.